where are we, why would people... Yo guys and gals, or yo Crowzey crew should I say, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be taking a little look at something a little bit that I don't usually really go into, which is something that I've got another big opinion about, and that's religion. Today we're going to take a little look at James O'Brien clashes with a pastor who supports gay conversion therapy. We will find out what he's, the battle, the idea, is this man right or wrong? James O'Brien is a left-wing commentator. I'd call him, like, if you're going to go right or left, conservative or Labour, let's just say. He's a Labour commentator who I don't often agree with. Sometimes I really do agree with him. He hits the nail right on the head. So James O'Brien isn't my favourite geezer in the world, but I do respect a lot of things he says, and the way he says them really it riles me up, but it also I kind of like it. I like the way he patronises and condescends people. I think it's kind of hilarious. So without further ado, without mucking around anymore, we shall jump right into this now and find out James O'Brien clashes with pastor who supports gay conversion therapy. Let's check this out.
Walter is in Warrington. Walter, what would you like to say?
Hi.
Big Waltz in that bar. Big Waltz. Love Big Waltz, don't we?
James, good to speak to you today.
Likewise.
I probably spoke with your research. I'm a pastor of a church in Warrington. So
I guess I was thinking, like, why is it only pastors that think they can pray people gay? Sorry, pray people straight. I mean, it's not a real thing, is it? Like normal people don't believe that, right?
We've all heard the stories of the gay conversion therapy of...
Damien hadn't, but I take your point.
Yeah, I think most people, I presume it anyway, normally.
In case you're not too aware, gay conversion therapy is basically a form of therapy, I'll use that in air quotes because it's not really, that encourages, allows and makes it okay for people within the church to try and pray gayness away. And I'm guessing throughout history, there's probably been other forms of conversion as well. They've tried other stuff, electric shock and all the rest of the crap that goes on with idiotic human ideas.
But you hear stories of electric shock therapy, even stories of even fathers attacking their daughters who came out as gay. And you hear all these sorts of stories. And obviously, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's right. I think that sort of thing is just abhorrent and just completely wrong.
Yeah, of course it is. Just shocking your son or your daughter to change their sexual preference is abhorrent. It's stupid.
As most, I suppose, you say most people. If a consenting adult, I know that's the term that's been used. I know the conversation is more towards, originally the question was about the legal side of things.
Yes.
If a consenting adult came to me as a pastor and explained that he or she had same-sex desires or feelings, whatever sort of way you want to say it or whatever.
Yes.
And I can't see that how me praying for them to help them overcome that, or again, however you want to word that, is the same as doing the other sort of things.
Part of me hopes that when he says pray, I hope he means that in the way that Christians pray for people. If I went to him and say, I don't know, I've ran over a cat in my car. I don't drive and I've never ran over a cat. But just to say that, hypothetically, if I say I'd ran over a cat and I went to confession, he would say, do you repent? I would say yes. And then he would say, I will pray for you. I'm hoping it's that kind of, that's what he means, right? When people say that they're gay, they be kind and gentle and offer them the right advice, and then they pray for them like they would all Christians. Is that right?
It was mentioned.
Okay.
Then, sort of out, like you say, your question...
Well, you're beginning on the premise that homosexuality is akin to an illness, which is part of
No, definitely not akin to an
illness. Well, maybe not so much an illness, but definitely a sin, aren't they? Because you would pray a sin away. So they're definitely equating homosexuality to a sin. I'm not sure if every sin is an illness.
How hard would I have to pray to make you gay?
Brilliant question, isn't it? How hard would I have to pray to make you gay? I mean, to make me gay, you'd have to go some. I'll tell you that for nothing. You'd have to proper pray. Not just a bit pray, proper pray.
No, I understand
I'm going to insist that you answer that question. How hard would I have to pray to make you gay?
I don't believe it's about how hard anyone has to pray for anything.
Yeah, well, all right. How often would I have to pray?
Yeah,
how
that's a fair. How often would I? Yeah, no one prays hard today. That's a cheeky answer.
Likely is it that I could pray you gay?
Much better question from James. That is, how likely is it I could pray you gay?
From my honest point of view, from my honest belief, I don't believe it's possible.
So how can you pray someone straight?
Yeah.
Because this is how I'll answer that. So this is how I would view it again.
So yeah, like I would like to think that even if somebody went to the church with the opposite and said I'm straight, no, that doesn't work, does it? Because there would be no issue. There'd be no reason to pray because it wouldn't be seen as a sin. Ignore me.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
From my point of view,
just so you know, I if I'm not satisfied with your answer, I will just ask you that same question again when you finish talking. Just so you know.
So,
all right. So the question is, how can you pray someone gay if you can't pray someone straight?
So I believe that just as I would pray for somebody who is in a not same sex as I, but in you call a straight relationship. So somebody that has those desires towards that person of the opposite sex, that we would pray together if they came to me and said that they're having these feelings and they don't want them because they want to save themselves to a marriage or etc.
Yeah.
It's the same as saying...
Okay, so is he saying that if somebody come to me and said, I have marital issues, I've cheated, for example, I've sinned within my marriage, would he sit them down and do the same thing, right? He'd pray with them, he'd say, I pray for you. I'm guessing he means like that.
For me, it's the same as saying that about somebody that says they're gay. So it's not that being gay is worse or being gay is the worst thing that anybody could do or the worst act that anybody could do.
No, because they'd still be gay.
Yeah, of course they'd still be
so
gay.
So you're just going to try.
Yeah, you can they're still going to be gay, aren't they? You can pray all you want. They're still you could sit there for 4 hours praying to God when that person who. Someone could come to you as a pastor and say, look, I don't want to be gay. You could say, let's pray together, see if we can pray it away. Sounds pathetic. It just sounds pathetic saying it. But you can say, let's pray it away. Sit down together, pray for 4 or 5 hours. A person's still going to be gay when they leave the room, right? They're not just going to suddenly be, oh, right, that worked. It doesn't work like that.
Try and get them to...
This is why faith is so crazy. This is because it just doesn't work like that. That is mental. It's absolutely mental. These people that believe in a man, created all this crazy stuff, believe in God. Anyone who believes in God, Allah, whatever it is, it's mental. Because you sit there and you justify bullshit like this with bullshit. You just chuck bullshit at bullshit and it just piles up, and there's just piles of made up bullshit everywhere. It's the biggest load of shit on earth.
Not have a sex life.
No, definitely not. I wouldn't try and get them.
What then? So what are you praying? What are you praying for then? With the gay person?
Yes, if they have come to me, so it's not something as for a start. It's not something I would go to them and say, "You're wrong. I need to pray about this. Let me pray for you."
Yeah.
If they've come to me,
but neither are you going to say when they come to you, say, "Well, don't be silly. There's nothing to pray for. Just go. I hope you find someone to love." You're not. You're going to say, "I'm going to help you fight your natural feelings."
No, I wouldn't say that. No, definitely.
Yeah, that's the point. Is that that's what they should be saying. They should be sitting them down and saying, well, you know what I mean. Blah, 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 going over it. And yes, okay, there are slight hints in the Bible that it might be a sin to lie with another man. We're in 2023. You know what I mean? According to the Bible, God hasn't appeared since he wrote that shit. So why people would still be believing in that over the way that people genuinely are born is baffling to me. You have science. Science is prominent and you can go and research all of this stuff. Gay people are born gay.
No, I'm honest.
That's what you'd be doing. That's what you'd be doing.
I'm an honest person on that one. And I wouldn't say to them, do as you wish. If they've come to me and they've asked me,
so in other words, if they've been inculcated into homophobic thinking, or they're victims of a culture that preaches against homosexuality, and they come to you because they don't want to be homosexual, or they don't want to do homosexual acts or have homosexual feelings, you're like, you're basically the drug dealer, aren't you?
Yeah. See, some of the terminology there I don't really sit too well with. Like, if you think you're gay and you don't want to be gay, is that homophobic? So if you're gay and you go to your pastor and you say, look, I'm gay, I don't want to be gay, even though that's also quite a silly thing to say, because you can't change it. You know, shout out to anybody out there struggling, going through a tough time, deciding on their sexuality at the moment, because obviously that isn't necessarily a straightforward, easy decision to make. Pressures, family, society doesn't really care anymore. Like, if you're gay, society isn't going to judge you for that, not really. But I think to say somebody who wouldn't want to be gay going to ask for kind of help is homophobic is really bad use of language. It's a terrible use of language, in fact. It's not. It's not that. He chucks racists around every single fucking day, and it's not. He's a dirty bastard sometimes.
And like I said, when I started originally, it's not about so much just about...
Yeah, but I'm going to do that thing I told you I was going to do. If you can't pray yourself, if I can't pray you gay, how can you pray someone else straight?
It's fair.
No, it's not about me praying. It's about they've come and asked. So if they want that,
but then you as a good citizen, never mind as a man of God, you should be telling them that they've got nothing to be ashamed of, and that their feelings are natural and beautiful and God's will.
But again, obviously, it depends on the stance on the scriptures, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
On the scriptures of the.
Are we going to do this? You want to go there?
The beautiful thing about him is he knows the scriptures as well. And the thing about most religious people is they pick and choose. Nobody lives it to the exact word of the Bible. Because if you did, you'd just live in a hole. You literally would. Life would be shit.
Do you want to go? Okay, what did Jesus say about sexuality?
Jesus didn't, but if you believe all scripture is God breathed.
No, I want to know what Jesus said.
Just as much.
I want to know what Jesus said.
We all do.
Straight, he never said any.
Didn't say a word about it, did he?
He actually did say one thing.
No, he didn't.
He did, if I can say it. If you let me.
Well, yeah, go on.
He said, "This is why a man must leave his house, his family, and be united to his wife, and that's the way that God created them."
No,
that's
didn't.
What Jesus said.
No,
he
didn't.
did. So he's talking about marriage in the book of Matthew.
Yeah, all right. So what did he say about sexuality?
I was just saying that a man and a woman.
See, as I said, there's not really a direct quote. That's not really saying that you can't be gay. That's just saying the majority. What Jesus said there is a quote. Majority of men will want to go home to their wives in the same way the majority of wives will want their men to come home to them back in the day. That isn't God saying don't be gay or homosexual. That isn't God saying that in any way, shape or form.
No, what did he say about homosexuality?
Homosexuality? No, he never said a word about homosexuality.
Not a sausage. So when someone comes to you and tells you that they're gay, tell them they've got nothing to be ashamed of, and it's God's will, and that if there was anything wrong with it, God wouldn't have made us like this.
But like I say, if they've come to you and said that they want you to
it's a fair point.
No. You've created a culture in which they don't want to be gay. You preach that there's something wrong with it, and then you think you get a free pass on being a good guy when they come to you and ask for help in resisting their natural urges.
Yeah, because if you believe in the entirety of the Bible, the entire Bible.
Oh, okay. You believe in the entirety.
Nobody believes in the entirety of the Bible. Like, they pick and choose. They just do. He's going to use the two cotton example, the two different material example right now. It's like in the Bible it says you're only allowed to wear one cotton, one form of material from head to toe. And hence the reason that in Islam they all wear the big long white dresses still, because you're not allowed to wear jeans and a t-shirt. It's haram. That if you lived your life by the Bible, you would live in a hole in a dress.
Entirety of the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you wearing? What are you wearing at the moment?
A woolen jumper and a pair of jeans.
What are the jeans made of?
Denim.
Probably cotton, I think.
So you're wearing wool and cotton at the same
time? Cotton jeans? Can you get cotton jeans? Surely jeans are made out of denim. What is this geezer wearing? He's wearing shorts, isn't he?
Time, which Leviticus calls an abomination.
Abomination.
But that's cultural law, not that's ceremonial law. Cultural law.
Okay, right. Where do you stand on shellfish?
But it had to have been in the Bible, right? Even if it's cultural or law, it had to have been in the Bible. And he just said he believes everything in the Bible.
Again, it's cultural law.
Oh, I see. So those laws are not. You don't abide by the full content of the scriptures when you're doing it, but when it's stuff you don't want to do, then it's really important.
No, because that's not what I'm saying at all.
It
totally is.
No, it's not, because
it is exactly what he's saying.
Different things apply in different ways.
Okay, like, right. Yeah.
Prophet's wisdom, knowledge, sort of thing. Everything applies in different ways.
Do you even believe this, or do you just need to pay the bills?
No, I don't get paid for being a pastor.
Good grief! So you do this for fun?
Holy.
No,
power, standing in the community, right?
Sort of things you have
That's what you get out of it. It's vanity that's being fed.
My original point wasn't about any of that anyway.
Your original point was that if someone comes to you and asks for help in not being gay, you're going to pray with them and punt the lie that something might come good at the end of it. And the idea that you can pray...
it was about the law.
Walter, mate,
it was about the law.
You're a disgrace.
And the law can't...
You're a disgrace.
Yeah, it's a good call. That is what he's going to do. He's going to punt the lie that you can pray somebody straight. It's just not a thing. You are born gay. No one is born religious. Religion is an idea that's thrust upon them. In fact, most parents, no disrespect to gay people, most parents, when they have a kid, are more likely to push them to be religious than they are to actually push them to be gay. Most parents want grandkids. You know what I mean? We want to be grandparents. It would be lovely to be a granddad one day. You know what I mean? And have some little grandkids nipping over and saying hello every now and again. I'd love that. Love it. It's not the point of having kids, but it's one of the reasons you have kids. So you're more likely, as a parent, to push your kid towards religion than you actually are to homosexuality. Not that people need pushing towards homosexuality. I'm not saying that neither. You know, as a parent, you are more likely to take your child to church, boys' brigade, something to do with religion, than you are to actually actively walk them towards a gay lifestyle, because naturally you want children to reproduce. The only reason we're on this earth is to give birth and reproduce. That's it. There's no other reason. There's no goals, there's no aims, there's no end reasoning to give God enough power over your soul so that he can control you. All of that is fucking bullshit. I'm ending this video here right now. Maybe not right now, but I'm not going to get back into watching James bang on, because I agree with him on this subject. You cannot convert somebody. It's just a thing that cannot be done. If somebody comes to you and says I'm gay, the best thing to do is find a way to support them. The best way that you can. Offer them love and support and calm and ideas, and you know, there's no point knocking these people and hurting them anymore, because I can't choose. I'd never chose to be straight. I can choose tomorrow to be a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Catholic, a Protestant. I couldn't choose to be gay tomorrow if I wanted to be. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It just doesn't attract me. It doesn't make me hard. It doesn't make me think of fun stuff. Which one wins over religion and being gay? I genuinely think people are born gay. I don't think anyone is born religious. If we took away religion, you would still have gay people. Nobody is taught to be gay. People are born it. So for me, if you're asking me to pick a side, I would always pick gay people in this. The one thing gay people really need to do is, for people like me who see homosexuality as a sexuality, is step well away from this gender argument, because these trans freaks and these weird freaks and all of these fucking weirdos are dragging gay people into this situation and making sexuality and gender the same thing. They genuinely are. You cannot be associated with those people. If I was gay myself, I'd step away from the LGBTQ community. I would disassociate with it on the reason that I'm not the same as a transgender person. Gay, straight, and that's it. That's all you've got. Bisexual is a bit blah, it's a bit greedy, but gay and straight, that's like the two things you've got. You've got gay women, straight women. That's the things we've got. So I feel that gender quagmire is definitely a quagmire that homosexual people should be jumping over and not running towards, because sexuality and gender are two different things, and we need to keep that absolutely clear. And being gay is not a gender. It's no one's gender. It's your sexuality. So, yeah, anyway, that's it from me. So, guys, we'll put a little nail in the coffin to it there. We'll put a little plug in the butt, and we will call it quits there. Thank you very much for watching, listening, blah, 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 whatever it might have been that you've decided to do to this podcast / video. Please comment, like, subscribe. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Is religion more important than the way people are born? Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Am I an idiot? I mean, it's quite brave to sit here and call many religious people idiots for believing in Cloudman, but no one can prove to me it's real, so there's no way I can believe in it. Simple as that. Nobody can prove to me. People say to me, I live my life in fact, but have faith on this. I'm like, fuck you, you weirdo. That's weird. I live my life in fact, but have faith in this. No, give me some fact, and then I might be down with you. But on that note, much love from me. Peace.